a 5-minute drive, 2 royal residences, and yet no meeting. This quiet moment in Norfolk has sent a powerful signal from the very top of the British monarchy. King Charles III spent the weekend at Sandringham, while his brother, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, remained just 2 miles away at Wood Farm. Subscribe for clear, factual royal updates as we continue to follow the decisions and developments shaping the future of the monarchy. At first glance, the king's visit to Sandringham appeared routine. The Norfolk estate has long served as one of the royal family's most private retreats. For generations, Sandringham has offered monarchs a place away from the formal pace of London, a residence tied deeply to family tradition. King George V described Sandringham as the place he loved the most. Queen Elizabeth II spent many Christmas seasons there, and now King Charles continues that long-standing pattern of royal visits to the estate. The king arrived on Friday and remained until Sunday, when he was photographed attending church in the morning before leaving the property. But this particular visit carried an unusual layer of attention, because just a short distance away, within the same estate boundaries, Andrew Mountbatten Windsor is currently staying at Wood Farm. The small farmhouse sits roughly 2 miles from Sandringham House. The drive between the 2 locations takes only a few minutes. Under ordinary circumstances, such proximity would make a meeting between brothers almost inevitable. Within royal estates, family members frequently move between residences, particularly when visiting privately. Yet, according to reports from the weekend, no meeting took place. Witnesses even reported seeing the king leave Sandringham at one point and travel in the direction of Wood Farm. The route between the houses is direct, but despite the closeness, the visit never happened. For observers of the royal family, that absence is striking. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor has been living under renewed scrutiny following the latest developments connected to his long-standing association with the convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Recently released documents from the United States Department of Justice have once again brought attention to that relationship, reviving public discussion surrounding the controversy. In the wake of these developments, Andrew relocated temporarily to Norfolk. His residence at Wood Farm places him within the Sandringham estate, but away from the central residence used by the monarch. Wood Farm itself has a history within the royal family. The property was famously used by Prince Philip following his retirement from public duties. It offered a quieter, more secluded environment compared to the larger royal houses. Today, that same quiet setting provides a degree of privacy for Andrew during an intensely difficult period. The former Duke of York has already experienced a dramatic transformation in his role within the monarchy. Over the past several years, Andrew stepped back from official royal duties. His military affiliations and royal patronages were removed. He also ceased using his HRH style in any official capacity. These decisions represented a clear effort to separate the working monarchy from the controversies that had begun to surround him. Now, recent developments have added another serious dimension to the situation. Last month, reports emerged that Andrew had been arrested amid suspicion of misconduct in public office. Given his past position as a senior royal, the news immediately attracted significant public and international attention. Shortly after the reports emerged, King Charles released a formal statement. The language of the statement was measured and precise, reflecting both the seriousness of the allegations and the constitutional responsibilities of the monarch. I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten Windsor and suspicion of misconduct in public office, the king stated. What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities. The statement continued with a clear emphasis on cooperation. In this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholehearted support and cooperation. The wording reflected a principle central to the modern constitutional monarchy. The law must proceed independently. The Crown does not interfere in legal investigations. Equally notable was what the statement did not include. There was no attempt to defend Andrew. There was no suggestion of intervention. Instead, the king's message focused on due process and the authority of the legal system. Against that backdrop, the events of the Norfolk weekend take on greater significance. The king and his brother were separated by only a short drive, yet no meeting occurred. Within royal life, such decisions rarely go unnoticed. For centuries, the monarchy has communicated as much through actions as through words. The scheduling of visits, the selection of residences, and even the absence of appearances can carry powerful institutional meaning. In this case, distance may reflect a deliberate effort to maintain clear separation between the reigning monarch and the ongoing controversy surrounding Andrew. That separation aligns closely with the broader approach King Charles has taken since ascending the throne. The king has repeatedly signaled his intention to maintain a streamlined and focused monarchy, one centered on duty, public service, and accountability. His vision has included concentrating official responsibilities among a smaller group of senior working royals. This structure aims to reinforce clarity about who represents the crown in public life. Controversies connected to former working royals therefore present a direct challenge to that effort. Andrew's situation is perhaps the most complex example. For many years, the Duke of York was a visible and active member of the royal family. He served in the Royal Navy during the Falklands War and later carried out diplomatic engagements and trade missions on behalf of the United Kingdom. But the controversy surrounding his association with Jeffrey Epstein fundamentally changed that position. Public criticism intensified following Andrew's widely discussed television interview in 2019, where he attempted to address questions about the relationship. The interview was intended to clarify his position. Instead, it triggered intense backlash. Within days, Andrew announced he would step back from public duties. From that point forward, the distance between the Duke of York and the operational monarchy continued to widen. His relocation to Wood Farm reflects that shift. Unlike the grand official residences typically associated with senior royals, Wood Farm offers quiet isolation. It allows Andrew to remain on royal property while staying largely removed from the visible life of the monarchy. The king's presence at Sandringham during the same weekend inevitably drew attention to that arrangement. When two members of the royal family occupy nearby residences, observers naturally watch for signs of interaction. Such meetings often carry symbolic weight, particularly during periods of controversy. Yet in this case, the symbolism lies in the absence. Two brothers remained only minutes apart, but separate. For the monarchy, the implications extend beyond family dynamics. Every development connected to Andrew inevitably reflects on the wider institution of the crown. The monarchy operates not only as a constitutional authority, but also as a national symbol. Public confidence in that symbol remains essential. By maintaining distance while the legal process continues, the institution reinforces its commitment to accountability and neutrality. Observers often point out that modern monarchs face a unique challenge. They must balance the private bonds of family with the public responsibilities of the crown. When controversy arises within the royal household, that balance becomes extremely delicate. Personal relationships exist, but the obligations of the monarchy require decisions that prioritize the stability of the institution. King Charles appears to be navigating that balance with careful restraint. His statement acknowledged the seriousness of the allegations while supporting the investigative process. His actions during the Sandringham weekend appear consistent with that same principle. No dramatic announcement was made. No confrontation was staged. Instead, the message emerged quietly. Sometimes in royal life, absence itself becomes the statement. The king remained at Sandringham until Sunday morning. As tradition dictates, during private visits to the estate, he attended church at St. Mary Magdalene on the grounds. Church attendance at Sandringham has long formed part of royal routine, offering a rare public glimpse of the monarch during private stays. Yet the central question surrounding the weekend was not about church attendance. It was about a meeting that never occurred. Two royal residences, two brothers, and a 5-minute journey that ultimately did not take place. As the legal process surrounding Andrew continues, the monarchy's careful management of distance may remain a defining feature of the months ahead. For King Charles, the priority is clear: protect the integrity of the crown while allowing the appropriate authorities to carry out their work. In Norfolk, that strategy unfolded quietly, through restraint, protocol, and a decision not to close a very short distance. Sometimes, the most powerful signals from the monarchy are delivered without a single spoken word. And for continued clear coverage of the decisions shaping the modern royal family, subscribe for more in-depth royal updates.